So I was thinking about like some of the funniest or crazy stuff that we see, either taking pictures of houses, showing houses, whatever. And I thought, who better to give a couple stories also, because Kyle, how many houses have you shot? Like millions at this point? Yeah, and I've shown
so many.
and sold millions. So yeah. So my funniest story is I was listing a house for, and as if I was nervous enough, the homeowner was a marketing professor. So yeah, you know, and so I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna get there early before the pictures, you know, before he shows up, and I'm gonna make all the lights perfect and everything. So I get there like a few minutes early. I figured she's at work all day. Well, she wasn't, and I walked into, just like, you know, just like I do, just full blast, walked into her bedroom, and she was I'll never forget it, with her black pantyhose on, and that's it.
Oh God.
I'm so glad that it was me and not the male photographer at that time. So yeah, so what did you see?
Well, I've never walked in on anyone naked.
Oh, thank God.
But I was taking pictures of a farm one time, and it was with an older guy, probably in his 70s. You know, once people reach a certain age, they don't care.
Yeah.
And we were driving around on like a Polaris Razor or a Mule, one of the farm kind, not the fast ones.
Yeah.
And he said he had to pee, and I was just taking pictures off to the side of the farm, and then I hear a stream of pee. Well, he didn't even get off the thing. He just kind of turned his leg over and stood up just a little bit, just enough, and peed right off the side of it. And he did that like 3 times, because we were there for, I don't know, an hour and a half, and I guess he didn't have a very big bladder or drank too much coffee or whatever.
Wow, yeah, that's, yeah. Mm-hmm. So what, have you done anything like to get the shot? Like, you know, I know you love your infinity mirrors, which you can be a rockette in, but like, is there any other like shots that are really hard to get?
Usually the smaller houses are very hard to get shots of.
You have to get really creative with like being outside of the door.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, a lot of times all the realtors, they want as much light let into the house as possible.
Yeah.
So I used to, and I do not anymore, I used to go around and open all the blinds. But now I'll twist them open. That's as much as I'm going to do because of the horror story.
Yeah.
I shot this house, and it hadn't been updated since the 80s or early 90s. And it had those blinds in it, the aluminum ones.
Yeah.
Well, I went to pull the blind, and it was one of those windows that goes all the way down the back side of the living room. So there were probably 8 to 12 windows. Every blind down the entire back of the house fell down into the floor.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, and I texted the realtor and I was like, sorry, I went to open the blinds like you said, and they all fell down.
You were helping them out. They were ugly anyways, and we wanted light. So you really, it was a blessing. So other realtors, tell us what are some of the funniest things that you have ever seen showing or getting ready for pictures or in a house. What's your best story? Let us know.